Theseus, Pirithous, two names that echo through the annals of ancient Greek history. Two names whispered on the winds of ancient Greece, carried through time by the stories of their deeds. They were heroes, legends in their own time, their exploits known far and wide. Theseus, slayer of the Minotaur, a king bathed in glory, revered by his people for his bravery and wisdom. Pirithous, the fierce Lapith king, known for his courage and daring, a warrior whose name struck fear into the hearts of his enemies. Their friendship was the stuff of legends, a bond forged in the fires of battle and tempered by mutual respect. Forged in mutual respect, it was tested by fire and strengthened by countless adventures, each one more perilous than the last. They were kindred spirits, two sides of the same coin. They understood one another in ways that words could never fully capture. They fought side by side, their bond unbreakable, their loyalty to each other unwavering even in the face of insurmountable odds. One day, Pirithous, yearning for a love to match his own strength, set his sights on Hippodamia, a woman as beautiful as she was strong-willed, a true match for a hero. But winning her hand wouldn't be easy. It would require more than just strength. It would require cunning, bravery, and the heart of a true hero. It would require a feat of daring, a quest worthy of heroes, a challenge that would test their limits and push them to new heights. And who better to stand beside him than Theseus? Together, they would face whatever challenges lay ahead, their bond unbreakable, their resolve unshakable. The wedding of Pirithous and Hippodamia was a grand affair. Kings and heroes from across the land gathered. They feasted beneath a canopy of stars, the air alive with music and laughter. It was a celebration of love, a testament to Pirithous' victory in winning Hippodamia's hand. But the festivities took a dark turn. The centaurs, creatures of untamed wildness, were guests at the wedding. Their leader, Eurytion, fueled by wine and lust, looked upon Hippodamia with greedy eyes. He saw not a bride but a prize to be taken. With a roar that shook the very earth, Eurytion lunged for Hippodamia. His action ignited a firestorm. The wedding feast transformed into a chaotic battleground, the air filled with the clang of steel, the screams of the innocent, and the roars of battling beasts. Theseus, ever vigilant, was quick to react. He drew his sword, its polished surface gleaming in the firelight. "Pirithous, protect your bride!" he shouted, his voice a roar above the din. Together, Theseus and Pirithous became a whirlwind of bronze and fury. They fought back to back, each a shield for the other. Their movements were a deadly dance, honed by years of camaraderie and countless battles. The battle raged. One by one the centaurs fell, their savage strength no match for the combined might of Theseus and Pirithous. Finally, with a desperate cry, Eurytion fell, his blood staining the ground crimson. The remaining centaurs, routed and defeated, fled into the night. Victory came at a cost. Despite their triumph, tragedy had struck. Hippodamia, caught in the crossfire of the battle, lay lifeless. Her beauty, once radiant, was now still in death. Pirithous, his heart shattered, knelt beside his fallen bride. Grief threatened to consume him, but Theseus placed a hand on his friend's shoulder. "She would not want you to mourn forever," he said, his voice a low murmur. Pirithous looked up, his eyes filled with despair. "My brother, my friend," he said, his voice choked with emotion. "I am lost without her. What is life without love?" Theseus, understanding his friend's pain, made a promise. "We will find you another bride, Pirithous," he vowed, "one worthy of your love, a queen to share your throne." And so the two heroes embarked on a new quest. Their journey was fraught with peril and uncertainty, but their resolve was unshakable. They traversed rugged terrains, crossed treacherous rivers, and braved the elements, all in pursuit of their lofty goals. Pirithous, driven by grief and a desire to fulfill his promise to Hippodamia, set his sights on a seemingly impossible prize. His heart was heavy with sorrow, yet his determination burned brighter than ever. He was willing to risk everything to honor his beloved's memory. He desired Helen, daughter of Zeus, a woman whose beauty was said to rival the goddesses themselves. Helen's allure was legendary, her grace unmatched, and her very presence could captivate the hearts of men and gods alike. Theseus, bound by his oath, agreed to help his friend. Their bond was forged in the fires of countless battles, and their loyalty to each other was unwavering. Together, they believed they could achieve the impossible. But even he, the slayer of the Minotaur, had reservations. The task ahead was daunting, and the consequences of their actions could be catastrophic. Yet Theseus knew that true heroism often required great sacrifice. Helen was not only renowned for her beauty but also for the war her abduction would surely ignite. The stakes were incredibly high, and the potential for conflict loomed large over their quest. Yet their audacity did not stop there. Their ambitions knew no bounds, and their courage was matched only by their daring. Pirithous, emboldened by their previous successes, declared that he would not settle for any mortal woman, not even Helen. His aspirations reached beyond the mortal realm, into the very domain of the gods. He desired a goddess for his bride. His eyes were set on a prize that was both divine and dangerous. He set his sights on Persephone, the queen of the underworld, the wife of Hades himself. To claim her would be to challenge the very gods and to venture into the darkest depths of the underworld. Their quest was now more perilous than ever, but their resolve remained unbroken. Theseus, despite his misgivings, could not abandon his friend. Together, they journeyed to the underworld, a dark and forbidding realm ruled by the god of the dead. They descended into the chasm, the air growing colder with each step, the sounds of the living world fading into an eerie silence. The underworld was a place of shadows and whispers, where the souls of the departed wandered aimlessly. Rivers of fire flowed through desolate landscapes, and the air hung heavy with the scent of death. They crossed the river Styx, guided by the ferryman Charon, his skeletal hand outstretched for their payment. They faced Cerberus, the three-headed hound of Hades, its eyes glowing with infernal fire. With each challenge they overcame, the hope of ever escaping this desolate realm seemed to dwindle. They found Hades upon his throne, a figure of cold majesty and undeniable power. His presence was overwhelming, a testament to his dominion over the underworld. The air was thick with an eerie silence, broken only by the occasional distant wail of lost souls. Persephone sat beside him, her beauty as radiant as the sun, a stark contrast to the gloom of the underworld. Her eyes, though, held a sadness that spoke of her longing for the world above, a world she could only visit for part of the year. Pirithous, emboldened by a foolhardy courage, declared his intentions. His voice echoed through the hall, a bold challenge to the god of the dead. He believed that his bravery and strength would be enough to sway Hades. He demanded Persephone as his bride. The audacity of his request was met with a stunned silence, the very air seeming to hold its breath in anticipation of Hades' response. Hades, his eyes burning with cold fury, let out a laugh that echoed through the cavernous hall. It was a laugh devoid of warmth, filled with a chilling menace that sent shivers down the spines of all who heard it. It was a sound that chilled them to their very core. The heroes felt a deep sense of dread, realizing the gravity of their situation. Theseus knew their quest had been folly. The realization hit him like a thunderbolt, the weight of their mistake pressing heavily upon him. He drew his sword, ready to fight their way out, but it was too late. The underworld was not a place where mortal strength could prevail. Chains shot out from the underworld's depths, ensnaring them. These were no ordinary chains, they were forged from the very essence of the underworld, unbreakable and relentless. Their strength, so formidable in the world above, was as nothing in the face of Hades' power. The chains tightened, sapping their will and energy. They were prisoners in the underworld, their audacious quest having met with disastrous failure. The darkness of the underworld seemed to close in around them, a suffocating reminder of their hubris. What fate awaited them at the hands of the vengeful god? Hades' eyes gleamed with a cruel satisfaction, knowing that their punishment would serve as a warning to all who dared challenge him. This story will continue in the next episodes. Stay tuned. The underworld holds many secrets, and the fate of these heroes is but one of them.